Hello and welcome to today's video. Today is a hard one for me. Now, full disclosure, I actually did um, record this once before and then I deleted it because to me it didn't feel like the kind of video that anyone would want to watch because I spent a lot of it just crying. Um, However, a few friends on Discord uh, were upset that I did that, and so now I am doing it again. Um, and what it is I am going to be reacting to Heavy as the Crown, VoicePlay's cover of Heavy as the Crown, featuring Jay Nunn. Um, I find this one hard because, as someone in Discord put it, I am an OG Linkin Park fan. And what that means basically is that I have been a fan of Linkin Park from the beginning since they first came out. They were really big when I was a teenager, and they helped me through a lot of tough situations. Um, this band gave me words to say what I was feeling when I didn't realize I had none. Chester, with his screaming voice, screamed for me when I couldn't. And losing him was hard. Um, I obviously still kind of struggle with that. And um, because so it's so silly to say it, but I feel like he saved me and I couldn't do anything to help him. And so I feel like I let him down. But gosh, this is so stupid. Anyway, back to the song. I have heard it once through before. Um, that said, I couldn't tell you a thing that I remember because I really just I was lost in all this and my own world. So I am rewatching it and hopefully I can pick up on more things on the vocal side. I am not a vocal professional in any sense of the word. I can't read music. I couldn't tell you what a note is. Um, if you gave me a keyboard, I could maybe find it, but even that's kind of sketchy. So can't speak to the technicality of everything. I can speak to what I like, what I don't like, if anything, um, and I can speak to what I notice. And that is what I'm going to try to do today without bawling my eyes out. So let's let's do this, shall we? Hey everyone. So editing, Megan here. I realized I didn't say a whole lot in that opening because I was too busy being an emotional wreck. And even though I didn't plan on doing this at the time, I actually did two reactions to this. The first one I did where I paused and gave my thoughts. Now, with this one, I don't believe I paused as much as in Hellfire, for example. Um, there were longer stretches, I believe, where I let the music go, but I don't remember entirely. That said, I did a second watch through where I watched the video entirely, and then gave some thoughts at the end. So I am including both clips. Feel free to skip the one that you don't want to listen to and just go to the one that you do. Hopefully, this will not be horribly long. I wanted to jump in here and give that little notice. If you prefer this format, please let me know. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, the way they did that, yay, that was It sounded to me like a war cry when you're on, not necessarily even in battle, but you're prepping for the battle and you are listening to your liege lord or your king, maybe give a speech, which, to be clear, I am not sure how often that actually happened. It seems to be a thing that's just romanticized. It sounded to me like a cheer. But what I also notice is Jay Nunn is very into it. He's very into the challenge that this song is, I think, supposed to present to whomever. Some of Jay Nunn's actions, I see him kind of go like this, and he is very like, okay, let's do it. My little rant.
It's pouring in, you're laid on the floor again. One knock at the door and then we both know how the story ends. Can't win if your white flags out when the war begins.
Okay, shit, and I still don't know his name. I'm gonna look up the member of Lincoln Park who does the rapping. I don't remember his name, and I had this in the first time I recorded this video, but it is Mike Shinoda. So uh, he is the one in the Lincoln Park that is usually doing that rapping. What I both noticed and appreciated is the how similar VoicePlay kept it to how Lincoln Park themselves would have done it. Whenever Mike is rapping in Lincoln Park songs, it is done so to the tune of the song, with the rhythm of the song, which is just how music goes. It's how music is. And it's nice hearing that with Jay Nunn as well, especially in his chest voice. I love the deeper sound. It is similar enough that a fan of Linkin Park can recognize it, but it is also different enough to be their own. And that is something that I think VoicePlay excels at. So let's continue.
Hammer swinging so low. Trying to catch fire but feeling so cold. Hold it inside.
Okay, Jeff's low note vibing with Jay Nunn's part of the rap was such a good mix. Honestly, all of these men, I think Lane is the one that I would not want to mess with the most at this point. He looks the most fierce. Rewind a little so I'll just do probably like a 30-second or whatever one, and then, or 10-second, and then, because I want to hear Jeff's low note mixed with Jay Nunn again.
I got the door and then we both know how the story ends. Can't win if your white flags out when the war begins. Aiming so high, but swinging so low. Trying to catch fire but feeling so cold. Hold it inside and hope it won't show. I'm saying it's not, but inside I know. Today's gonna be the day you notice. Cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. This is what you ask for. Heavy is the crown.
I love the overall feel of this song of no more sugarcoating this shit. This is what you asked for. We're going to give it to you. You wanted this. Now you got to live with it.
Fire in the sunrise, ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you ask for. Heavy is the crown. Turn the
Thankfully, I think the first watch I did a lot of the crying. And so this one is allowing me to listen more. So
run, now look what it's become. Outnumber 10 to 1. Back then should've bit your tongue. There's no turning back, this path once it's begun. Whoa, already on that list. Say you don't want, but you can't resist. Living that sword when the pen won't.
okay, Jeff did a little thing with the bass. He went not quite in a run, but he went up and then came like slowly back down. And it's hard to hear that if you're not like immersed in the song with headphones, but that was a nice little thing, and it's one thing that you're really just not going to tend to notice. So we're going to go back so I can hear that again.
Then should have bit your tongue. There's no turning back, this path once it's begun. Whoa, already on that list. Say you don't want, but you can't resist. Living that sword when the pen won't miss. Watch it all falling apart like this. Today's gonna be the day you notice. Cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. This is what
I saw like a little frown look from Jeff as he was doing the bass, and it just kind of cracked me up a little. I was actually tempted to go back and find it, but it's not. You know what? We're gonna do it anyway, just so we can hear Ellie really kick this song in the teeth.
This today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm telling what the joke is. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown, fire in the sunrise, ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown.
Ooh, that was a nice run by J Nun. Heavy is the crown. That was really nice. That was so good. And Ellie with his part, and between his high notes and Lane's beatboxing, they really kicked the song into a higher gear, which is nice. This song, I feel like, could be an anthem. This is the perfect anthem for us to be like, you know what? Heavy is the crown. You asked for this. This is what you got. This is what you got to live with now. And I am so glad that VoicePlay kicked it up a little bit. And in general, when they cover a song, they start slow, build up, and then they decrescendo into the original opening. And I think it's for the fans' heart rates, because our heart rates tend to go with them. They speed up the more they do, and that decrescendo at the end is to help us regulate ourselves and be able to breathe again. So I'm glad we're getting to the crescendoing part of the song. Hi, Jeff. That bass.
Today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is.
I like how VoicePlay just tends to mess with the song just enough to keep you engaged. Because when J Nun says what the joke is, you expect him to go, down on the word joke, but he goes even lower. And it's like, hold up, wait, what? And so that was kind of nice. And I'm going to rewind it so we can hear that point, and so we can fully enjoy Jeff's bass in this next section. Oh, yeah. And now we've got Caesar looking like he's ready to punch a bitch. Aye.
Today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. This is what you asked for.
Okay. Thank you, Lane, for kicking it up a little bit more. Fantastic. Correction to my earlier statement, it was tired and not joke that J Nun altered, but he went down to a different note. And then when Jeff is going, slowly bringing it up, and you hear the others in the background, it creates a tenseness in the musical notes that usually the lower part, the alto or the bass, would resolve. As much as it kind of sends a shiver through your spine, I actually really love those kind of notes. This is what you are. Okay, I think that little end bit with the na-na-na-nas is what resolves it, but I'm actually going to rewind it again to make sure. But yeah, I don't know why, I love those tenseness in the notes.
Tired of explaining what the joke is. This is what you asked for.
Okay, so in rewinding, it was Jeff creating the tenseness in the note with the note he was going with. He was the one that created the tenseness.
This is what you asked for. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown, fire in the sunrise, ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. 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 Heavy is the crown, fire
love is how Jaina and Ellie are so expressive. They're very movement. They're very into the song. And Lane is, as the beatboxer, he is moving, but it is purposeful. Caesar, the one whom I mostly assume will get into everything, is actually pretty still. And I'm wondering why as much. I'm wondering why he's not getting as into the song. I'm just curious why Caesar is not, moving as much into the song. And Jeff, for the most part, he doesn't seem to move as much in a lot of the songs. I did a reaction to, oh shoot, I don't even remember the name, but it's from several years ago, and he actually was like getting into the notes and into the song itself, and he was jamming out. And then that over time, that seems to have stopped. Some of it is, the characters he's portraying. Like, we're not gonna see Scar out here like jamming out. Same thing with, Oogie Boogie or like Hellfire, which I recently did. That is not the kind of song that you just jam out to. That requires a certain stillness. But this one, it definitely has the beat and the feeling to just get into it and, treat it as part of an anthem of sorts. And Jeff doesn't seem to do that, which again is not a critique. I'm just curious why not.
Eyes, ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy as a
Okay, that was easier to listen to and easier to enjoy the second time around, which is nice because like I said, I really like VoicePlay and I don't want to miss out on their songs, and I don't want to not listen to one because of a reference to another band. So I am very glad I decided to redo this um, reaction, and thank you for joining me. I honestly don't have much more to say because it was just nice to listen and to experience the song. So everything I've said before is basically my end thoughts, quite frankly. It was just really nice. Thank you for joining me. I hope this wasn't a letdown or a bore, or basically I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by and watching the videos I post. I am so grateful to you for doing it, and the likes. Thank you for the support as I go through and experience this wonderful band called VoicePlay. I'll see you in the next one.